Welcome everyone to a playthrough of Ashes Reborn Red Rains. Today we're going to be taking on the Spawn of Shadowreck. This is the latest Chimera. This Chimera comes with 4 threat and 30 hit points. It's the standard level 1. Plenty of challenge for me. I will be playing with Lulu Firststone. She has 16 hit points, a spell board of 4, a battlefield of 6. She has this cool Bolster ability. Lets me put 1 status token on a target I control and attach a Spark Conjured Alteration to that unit. That'll come in super helpful as we go through my things. That'll make more sense to you. One of the cool things about this game is you get what's called a first 5. We'll go over my first 5 real quick. Phoenix Barrage, Survival of the Fittest, Summon the Omen Bringer, Fighting Spirit, and Summon that Emberroot Lizard. We will go over those in more detail as I use them. This Chimera, as I said before, has 4 threats, so we'll give this a quick shuffle. We'll get their threat laid out there, and then we'll get these dice rolled. If you're looking for a tutorial playthrough, I do believe there's plenty of them out there. I will kind of go over some of the things as we go, but this is not going to be the ultimate how to play if that's what you're looking for. So we'll go ahead and get these laid out. And these get laid out based on that Chimera card. As you can see down there at the bottom. And then we'll give my deck a quick shuffle just to make sure I'm not cheating. One of the other things I really like about this game is the way you pay for cards is you're going to use those dice and the different faces on them. They're going to do different things. Today I will be using Natural and Time Magic. Natural Magic, its cool special ability is for a side action. I can spend a frog face and deal 1 damage to a target unit, which just pinging something with 1 health can come in super handy. And then Time Magic, its ability for a side action, I can spend a turtle to place 1 status token on a target I control and then remove a status token from a target unit or spell, which against this particular Chimera will come in particularly handy. Hopefully I use that right, and I can show you how that works. So we'll give these dice a quick roll, get these all laid out, and we will get started. If there's any Chimera Phoenixborn combos you'd like to see, please drop them in the comments, and I'll see if I can get that done for you. All right, let's go ahead and get a quick run at this here. I think for my first one, I'm going to play the Summon Omen Bringer. That is a main action symbol right there, so it costs me a main action. You get 1 main action, 1 side action per turn. And later on, it will let me, for a main action, spend those dice faces to put 1 of those conjuration units on my battlefield. So there's that. And then for my second action, I'm looking at those dice over there. I'm going to want, I think, 2 of those turtle faces. So I'm going to discard 1. I will turn this to a turtle. And then I'll turn 1 more to a turtle. And this action is called Meditate. Any Phoenixborn can do it. It's just like one of those general things that you can do. So now that that's done, we will roll for the Chimera's turn. Basic rage dice, so that's good. And then a 5, we'll check the behavior card. And I'll go ahead and get this on screen real quick so you can at least see it once. And for the 5, raise 1 basic rage dice, 1 level. So we'll take 1 of these to the shard side and put it in there. And then reveal and attack with a revealed aspect if possible. Silk Steel is the card that we got. I'll show you that real quick. And it says, When this unit comes into play, destroy the opposing player's target leftmost webbed unit. I don't have one. If you cannot, attach a webbed Conjuration Alterations spell to the opposing player's leftmost non-webbed unit, which also I don't have. Comes with 2 attack and 1 life and 1 blood. That blood is how much damage I do to the Chimera when I kill it. But part of that behavior is it's going to attack if able. So we will do that. It will attack me for 2. Alrighty. Try this. Hopefully the next turn goes without me getting beat on. Let's see. We'll go ahead and play this card. It's a Summon Emberroot Lizard. Again, it's a main action. I got to pay 1 basic rage dice. I will spend the one I just flipped. So that lets me put that on the board. And then for my second action, or my side action, I'm actually going to play this one. It costs me 1 time magic. I want that on my board as well. It'll let me use those status tokens more efficiently that my Phoenix board will let me use. And then we'll give the Chimera a quick roll here. Basic rage die. And a 5. It's the same thing as last time, so we'll raise one of these 1 level. We will reveal and attack if able. Unbreakable. It will attack for 3. One of the worst parts about this particular card is while it's exhausted, you can't damage it. Attacks for 3, 3 life, 2 blood. It will defend units normally, but with this exhaustion token, that will negate that. But this withdraw means I can't even damage it now with the exhausted token on it. So they're just coming out and hitting me and curling up. So I will summon this Omen Bringer. To do that, I need to spend 1 time magic and 1 basic. So I'll spend this leaf as a basic. And this Omen Bringer comes in with 2 attack, 2 life. Also has a 4 vulnerability, so I get to look at the top 2 cards of this Chimera's deck and either put them at the top or the bottom. And both are neurotoxins. That's a bunch of pings on my Phoenixborn. I think I'm going to hold on to it, though. I'll just put them on top. It could be worse. So I get to put this on my battlefield. And then for my side action, I'm going to use my Phoenixborn ability. Spend a basic rage die. Pull out Spark. Which I guess I should show you that too. And this will basically raise the attack value of the Summon Bringer by 1. And at any time, it can also just use as a main action, discard this spell to deal 1 damage to a target unit. As part of this side action here, I also get to put a status token on this Omen Bringer. And then we will go for the Chimera. Basic rage die and an 8. It says target opposing player must lower 1 non-basic. So we will lower that one. And then we will reveal. Unbreakable. It's another defending unit. Okay. So basically what that means, if I was to attack with this Omen Bringer, he would block it. And normally you have to roll for a Chimera block or guard. I forget which one they call it. But these defender units, the Chimera won't do that for. So, how do we want to approach this? Let's go ahead and summon. Is that what I want to do? Is summon? I got 5 dice left. Both of these cards take 6. So I'm only going to use 1 of them. So yeah, we'll go ahead and trigger this ability. We'll exhaust this card. And we'll place an Emberroot. We'll have to spin the sleeve. Place an Emberroot Lizard out. And I suppose I should show you that. And it says, Ignite. When this unit is declared as an attacker, if it has one or more status tokens on it, add 1 to its attack value for the remainder of the turn. If you do, you may deal 1 damage to another target unit. And it comes with 0 attack and 2 life. So that status token on that card makes a big difference. And for a side action, I don't think I'm going to do anything for a side action. I could raise another die, but I don't think I'm going to. So we'll roll for the Chimera. It's a basic rage die and a 5. Got to raise a basic rage dice. This will flip over and attack. We got 3 of them this round. It's the Brood Mother. She comes in with 3 status tokens. I'll show you this card real quick because she's kind of an important one. She comes in with 3 status tokens, and at the start of the Chimera's turn, we're going to remove one of those. And if it was the last one, we're going to put another aspect on the battlefield. She's worth 2 blood, has 4 life, and 1 attack. It's one of my least favorite cards in this aspect. So let's see how that goes. Plus, she's going to attack now. She's going to attack my rightmost unit based on this little symbol right here. Her attack is 1, so we will put 1 damage on that Emberroot Lizard. I'm going to use dice for those. Not a fan of the damage tokens in this game. Which brings us back to my turn. So 3 of them have gone. Only one that hasn't gone in their turn is this Unbreakable unit. So I can use that knowledge to my benefit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and attack with this Omen Bringer. And this Omen Bringer says, when this unit is declared as an attacker, if it has 1 or more status tokens on it, you may remove 1 exhaustion token from a ready spell. So I think I'm going to do that now from this Omen Bringer. And then I'm going to declare this unbreakable. It wouldn't matter anyway because it has a defender unit, and they're going to clash. He has 3 attack. I now have 2 plus 1 is 3 attack, so they're going to hit each other for 3. All damage is simultaneous. It has 3 life, so it's destroyed. I have 2 life, so I'm destroyed. It has 2 blood here, so I'm going to get 2 damage on the Chimera. And then because he gets destroyed, this Fighting Spirit says, after a unit you control with 1 or more status tokens on is destroyed, place 1 status token on this spell. So these go back to the Conjuration deck. And that's that. And now for my side action, I will spend this to ping the Silk Steel. It has 1 blood, so that's 1 more damage to the Chimera. Taking units off the battlefield is key in my opinion. So now they're going to go. They lose 1 status token. Other than that, they don't do anything. They're going to pass. It comes back to me. So for my main action, interesting. How do I want to do this? I don't think I can kill it no matter what I do. Okay, so what I am going to do though, is I'm going to exhaust this Fighting Spirit for a side action and add X to the attack value of a target unit you control for the remainder of their turn. Then move 1 status token from this spell onto that unit. So I'm going to put this status token over there. It's going to raise his attack value by 1 for this turn. I'm going to declare him as an attacker. I'm going to attack this Brood Mother. Defend for the Chimera. Rolled a 3. So I get to hit it. So So we'll put 1 damage on this Brood Mother. And because I did that, now if you do, you may deal 1 damage to another target unit. I think I'm going to hit the Brood Mother with that as well. Now that unit is exhausted. Alright, beginning of the Chimera's turn. And get rid of one of those status tokens. And they're going to pass. Now if I passed right now, the whole turn would be over. Which is good. Because then this thing wouldn't spawn another aspect. But what I'm going to do instead... Yep, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to exhaust this right here. I'm going to spend a Hourglass and a basic. This count will work as a basic. To put an Omen Bringer on the field. Then as my side action, I'm going to spend this turtle to put a status token on a unit I control and then remove a token from another unit. This means when it comes back to their turn, they won't have a token to pull off there to trigger that ability. So that's that. And then that's my turn. It goes back to them. They can't do anything. They'll pass again. It comes back to me. I will exhaust this unit to attack the Brood Mother. They rolled an 8, so it goes through. 2 damage kills the Brood Mother. That goes up there. That's 2 more damage. Now it's their turn. Again, they'll pass. Comes back to me. This time I'm going to pass as well. So that brings us to the end of the round. You got a little, on the back of the rule book here, they got a cool little, this is what you do at the end of a round. We got the recovery phase. I don't have anybody with a recover ability. Then we remove exhaustion tokens. If there was one on the Chimera, we would remove red rings tokens if any existed. In this case, they don't. We're going to exhaust dice if we want to. All of our dice are already exhausted. Place red rings tokens based on how many aspects are on the field. So we're going to put one of those out. Then we will replenish the aspects and refill their status. Which, now that the Brood Mother's gone, we are in good shape. Okay. Now at the beginning of the turn, first thing you do is a little dice. Also at the end, we're supposed to change who goes first. So we'll just turn that around. We have to draw it back up to our hand size, which is 5. Go ahead and grab 3 more cards. And what we got here was Phoenix Barrage, or we had these two, so we got Summon Omen Bringer, Backtrack, and Summon Emberroot Lizard. These types of spells can actually stack on top of each other. While your spell board, in this case, is only 4, so you can only have 4 ready spells. That's different types, not a total. So they will stack on top of each other and become different instances of that spell, which is kind of cool. And there we go with that. So that's my hand, and they start off this round. They will roll them up. That's one more of those, and they're going to get another red range token. Want to avoid that. As soon as they get 3, their ultimate will go off. It says attack if able. For the 4, which they can do. Of course, it's that same one again. He's going to attack my leftmost unit, which is my Emberroot Lizard. It's going to take him off the field. Since he doesn't have an inherent attack value, he's not going to do any damage to it, which is unfortunate. So he's going to go off, and then it's going to put this status token on my Fighting Spirit because of that ability. And now it is my turn. Now, we know that these two right here are going to kill somebody if they become webbed, which is definitely not ideal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and play the Summon Omen Bringer, stack it up, have 2 instances of that spell out. It just cost me a main action like it did before. And then for my side action, I'm going to meditate again. I swore I shuffled the deck. You've seen me. So that's 1 turtle. I'll do it one more time. That's 2 turtles. You know what? We're going to do it one more time. We're going to get a frog. If you're curious what happens when this deck runs out, you start taking damage for every card that you have to draw and you can't. You start taking damage for it. So you kind of want to be careful of that. But you can definitely get rid of cards that's not currently part of your plan to affect the dice that you're going to use later. So now we're going to roll theirs. Red Rain's token. So that's full up now. We'll add a Red Rain token to the boss. And we have another 5. And of course, raise 1 basic rage dice. Reveal. Attack if you can. This is going to come out with 2 status tokens. And it's going to attack with an attack power of 1 on my Omen Bringer. Now, I can counter that, which I might do. So, you know what? Let's do that. Now these aren't the silk steels. These are neurotoxins. Let's go ahead and exhaust this. It'll do 2 attack. It has 2 life, which will take this out. It's worth 1 blood. So that's 1 damage here. Alrighty. Now it's my turn. You can't even damage that guy. So let's go ahead. We'll exhaust this as a main action. Spend a leaf. Pull out an Emberroot. And then as a side action, we will exhaust our Phoenixborn. We will spend 1 basic rage die and pull out a spark spell. We're going to put that on this Emberroot. And it also lets us put a status token on a unit, and we will put it on that Emberroot as well. So that's that turn. I get 1 basic rage dice and a 12, which is terrible for us. So a 12 is place a Red Rains token on the Chimera, which will trigger its ultimate ability. This is not what we wanted to see. The ultimate ability says, remove Red Rains tokens from the Chimera equal to its ultimate value. Destroy the leftmost unit controlled by each of the Chimera's opponents. So there goes my Omen Bringer. I get to put this status token over there. Discard all cards of the Chimera's battlefield it does not own, which we didn't do anything to it like that. And attach web control to all the opponents, all the units we control, which is not ideal. And then remove this card and the behavior card from the game. So it's just going to start getting angrier and angrier with us. So those are gone. And then also part of 12 is reveal. So we'll reveal the next aspect, and it's going to be a neurotoxin. So they're going to start trying to ping me with those little 1-pointed damages. Currently, I could take that out. Not sure I want to. I know it makes it sound silly, but I may have a better way of doing that later. So what I'm going to do is summon an Omen Bringer. So we're going to exhaust this, spend one time, one basic, get me an Omen Bringer back out, which lets me look at the deck again. We have Unfathomable, and both of them are Unfathomable, so we're going to put those both at the bottom of the deck, because I don't want to see those. So that's that. Side action. We're not going to do any... You know what? For side action, we'll discard this webbed. Roll 2 basic rage dice. One of them's a red rain. And now it's their turn. And we'll get a basic and a 1. And this one is a reveal. It's another neurotoxin. At the beginning of their turn, I should have spent this and done 1 damage to my Phoenixborn, which we'll do now. So we reveal that. That comes out. That's where we are. Alright, back to my turn. This is kind of what I was waiting for. So now what I want to do is I want to play this spell. This spell, Phoenix Barrage, cost me 3 basic rage dice. So we're going to spend 2, 3. I can do 2 damage to a target unit, which will be this one. That's 1 blood. We will do 2 damage to this one. That's 1 more blood. And then we get to do 2 damage to the Phoenixborn, or in this case, the Chimera. And then that goes in our discard pile. Then as a side action, I can't even ping it. So as a side action, we will do nothing else because there's nothing else we can do. Goes to their turn. They don't have any units or anything. They're going to pass. Comes back to us. I will, as a side action, exhaust this. And it says, add X to the value of a target unit you control for the remainder of the turn. So this will make his attack power of 4. We'll go ahead and mark that with a dice. We'll make it orange. Put it down here so we know. 4. And then move 1 status token from this spell to that unit. We're going to attack. Can't even attack him for damage. Okay. So we're going to attack with both the Omen Bringer and the Emberroot against their Chimera. That's going to be 4 damage, 5 damage, 6 damage on that Chimera. And this also says, since it has a status token on it, I'll get to take one of these exhaustion tokens off a ready spell. And that's that. His turn. My turn. What am I gonna do? Let's go ahead and pull out another Omen Bringer. When he comes out, I get to look at 2 of their cards. Broodmother and Unbreakable. I mean, we could put them both on the bottom of the deck. I don't think we necessarily need to. And they're worth 2 blood each. They are pretty high in hit points. You know what? We'll stick them on the bottom and see how it goes. Alright, their turn, my turn. We're going to exhaust this Omen Bringer. That's 2 more damage. We could have spent this, which we probably should have. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We'll spend this, which would have done 1 more damage, and put a token on him. Oh, couldn't, because it's exhausted. That's why I didn't do it. So there, that's fixed. Alrighty, so their turn, my turn. We're both going to pass. Take us to the recovery phase. I don't have anybody with recover again. Exhaustion tokens will remove. Just to make sure we're doing this right. Exhaust dice. Now I have this extra dice here. I don't have to roll it, so I'm not going to exhaust this one. Place red rings tokens. We're going to place one for that aspect that's out there. We're going to replenish the aspects. We will refill the status tokens. There aren't any in this case. And we'll flip this back around. Go to the beginning of the turn where we roll dice. Yeah, that one's pretty bad. Not the worst I've seen, but not good. Let's get some turtles. Nope. This one is all hourglasses. Right square in the middle of the road. And then we need to draw 2 cards. And they are going to be, oh nice. So we are going to have, I'll show them over here instead. Gorn Rock Brawler, it's one of the coolest cards in my deck. Cost a ton of stuff to get him on the field, but he's got a ton of life, recover, and an attack of 4. And then an Inflame. It's an alteration spell for a unit. This says they have to block, which for the Chimera it's no big deal. Their defenders always block, but it does give +1 to attack. And I will go first. So with that being the case, what I'm going to do is I want that defender gone. I think. I mean, I can attack for 5, now he's got 12 hit points. If I add 4 from this Goron Rock to it, it's not enough to kill it. So, I will in fact do what I was thinking about doing. Going to exhaust Lulu. We're going to pull out a Spark spell. Gives them a status token. Then we're going to declare him as an attacker, which lets me remove a status token off of here, which these should have already been removed. So that's 3 attack on this guy. Chimera won't defend for him. He attacks for 3. They take each other out. 2 blood. He dies. One of these go over there. These go back in the deck. This slides down. Chimera's turn. Red Rains and a 9. Target opposing player must lower 2 non-basic dice. Okay, so we will do 1, 2, and then we reveal. And this one is Weave. This one comes with 2 status tokens, and at the beginning of the turn it will start webbing people up. That's not good for us. We should do something about that. So we can get pretty serious here real soon. Let's go ahead, and for a main action, we're going to attack with this Emberroot. As an attacker, this token boosts him up by 1. This attacks it by 1. We'll see if this Chimera blocks. He does, so he takes the 2 damage instead. That is not what we were looking for. And then as a side action, I will meditate. I'll turn this to a turtle. We'll turn that to a turtle. We will turn that to a frog. That'll be my turn. The Chimera has a 5. Target opposing player must place 1 wound on their Phoenixborn or leftmost unit. Okay. We'll go ahead and put one on this Emberroot Lizard. I don't mind. And then we reveal an attack with the revealed aspect. We've rolled a lot of 5s this game. Okay. So he wants to attack my Phoenixborn for 4. And this would actually webbed up that Emberroot, because that's what he needs. We're going to, we're going to counter. No. Did we soak it? Yeah, we'll soak it. We're just going to take the 4 damage. Alrighty. Brings it back to my turn. Now, what we're going to do we're going to exhaust this, spend a leaf, pull out a Emberroot, and then we're going to, as a side action, spend that turtle, put a token on that Emberroot, and remove 1 from another unit. Now their turn, we're going to roll this up, but he doesn't have a token anymore. We have a 4. Target opposing player must place 1 wound token on their Phoenixborn, which I guess we will do. And we reveal this and attack with it. It's going to be the Brood Mother. She's going to attack for 1 on this unit, which is only 1 damage again. And then she's exhausted. Now that exhaustion token is kind of a big deal for the spell I wanted to use. But it is what it is. So for our main action and side action for this particular spell, we are going to spend 1 leaf, 1 time, and 1 basic. And what that's going to let us do is destroy all units with no tokens and no alteration spells attached to it. Yeah, I probably didn't think that through as well as I could have, but here we are. So, you know what, as for a side action, we'll exhaust this. I'll place this here. Not that it matters, but we'll keep it alive. So that's 2 blood and 1 blood. That's 3 blood off the Chimera. That goes away. And it's their turn. Now, they don't have any more face down. He's already exhausted, but this will tick down. And it's my turn. Okay. Alrighty. That's 1 turtle, 1 leaf, and 2 basic. So that's 4 out of those 5. I don't know if I want to do that. I mean, we could. That's 2 attack. That would be 1 attack. That's 4 attack. Yep, we're going to do it. So we're going to put this out for the main action. I'll show them to you again. Oh, I already did. Put this out for a main action. It's going to be 1 turtle, 1 leaf, 1, 2 basics. And then for a side action, we are going to do nothing. We're going to do nothing. Their turn. He's going to come out. And then for a main action, we're going to declare 1, 2, 3 attackers on the Chimera. That's 4, 5, 6, 7. He's only got 5 left. And that takes him down to 0, and we win. And that's going to be a playthrough of Ashes Reborn Red Rains. Never actually done this on video before, so if I've made any mistakes or if I've misunderstood a rule or something somehow, please go ahead, drop that in the comments down below, and I will get those timestamps in place. I really like this game. I own all of it to date. They have more stuff coming out relatively soon, from my understanding, called Ascendancy. It's supposed to change up some things. I'm not entirely sure what. It's going to be on crowdfunding. I don't know if I'll crowdfund it, but I'll probably get it after the fact. We will see how that goes. But yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed the playthrough. I know I did. And thanks for everyone for hanging out today with me. And you have a great day.